Juniper Springs Recreation Area was constructed between 1935 and 1936 by the CivilianConservation Corps on the Ocala National Forest. It was designed and built as part of a nationwide program to develop recreational opportunities for the American public, and it's still in operation today. Originally a low-magnitude spring in the middle of a vast semi-desert sand pine scrub, Juniper Springs has been used primarily as a hunt club location since before development. Original construction required extensive modification to the landscape, including expanding and deepening the existing spring through dynamiting. Dislodged portions of limestone were then used to construct a rustic-style bulkhead around the swimming basin. The millhouse was designed for functionality as well as for aesthetics. A mill race, undershot water wheel, and spring run were designed to regulate the flow of water from the swimming basin and maintain optimum depth for swimming, as well as stable water levels to minimize the effects of erosion on constructed features around the basin. The mill building was never a mill in the literal sense for grinding grain or running a saw. Instead, the mill house housed hydroelectric generating equipment for the recreation area. The mill house generated all of its own electricity and enough to run the surrounding recreational amenities. An inspection by historic mill experts in 2006 and an architectural assessment of maintenance needs in 2007 was followed by repair of deteriorated elements, removal of encroaching vegetation, and the removal of accumulated silt that could harm the structure itself. The wooden mill wheel has a steel support structure built near the stone wall end of the mill house. Repair of the mill wheel required special care with its moving parts, unique style of construction, and intrinsic historic value. In 2012, contractors began the careful process by removing the mill wheel for repair.
What we're looking at here, this is the upper cap, and this is the babbitt insert that's poured in this cap to give a bearing surface for the axle shaft on the mill wheel. These are shims that are used to get the proper clearance on the bearing.
So basically for this particular project we are using river recovered clear hard cypress from local rivers, just because it's durable, it's the right thing to do, and for historic preservation, if you want to see it in a way it used to be, with old world craftsmanship, that's how you want to do it.
After the mill wheel was repaired, it was reseated, carefully avoiding damage to the mill house itself. The mill wheel had to fit perfectly into its place and be completely balanced to maintain functionality. To run smoothly, the wheel must be continuously lubricated, which could be labor-intensive and a challenge to public safety. U.S. Forest Service engineers designed a self-feeding mechanism with the added benefit of using natural-based lubricants, since it is located over a clear, spring-fed water run. The Juniper Millhouse has been determined eligible for listing on the National Register of Historic Places. As related by mill expert Dr. Lovett, it's one of very few existing mills of log construction, one of only a handful of undershot water wheels constructed by the CivilianConservation Corps for the purposes of generating electricity from water power. These rare features qualify it for preservation and interpretation by the United States Forest Service.